5-second thing, and the guy puts his hands up and he just run around, move around. He's got the fight won, and he's into one of the most dangerous fucking fighters in the business, right? And he says, let's do this. And they both fucking oblige, and they go in and just start. 1 second left, and then a knockout like that. That's like movie shit.
One of the great ones we just did.
Well, that's the fight of the year. If something beats that fight of the year, holy shit. I don't want to see the two guys that are involved in that fight at the end of the fight.
I love it. Well, you talked about the death title, right? In the beginning, it was one and done, and people always in a gimmick or whatever. Like you said, what we saw out there tonight was insane. Does this change your perception of? I never said I don't fucking did it. Right? I don't give a shit what anybody else says. Yeah. Fuck you. Tonight, that's what the fuck we that's all about. That's that belt, and yeah. So back to like on featherweight title, probably take the same night. What do you back to the guys? Just unbelievable thought.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll put something good together for him. And I agree with you. He was a star coming in here and took himself entirely different level tonight. Tonight was a career-defining moment for a guy who's done so many great things. One of the greatest featherweights of all time, and if not the greatest, and what he did tonight.
Like you said,
he's always talking about how he's got the best hands in the UFC, and then he does what he does tonight. So, yeah, fucking awesome, man. I can't say enough good things about both of those guys in that fight.
It would be easy to talk about that. Last thing I'll ask, I just want to ask you about Alex Bejeda in the main event. Pretty good accomplishment there as well, defending that belt. What do you think about the performance? And he reveals, hey man, Brazil would be nice, heavyweight would be nice. So what do you think of his performance, and what do you think where he goes? Because he's becoming a huge star too.
Yeah, he looked awesome. Because I have a lot of respect for Jamal too. And let me tell you what, Jamal didn't come in here, thinking Jamal came to win. Thought he was going to win. And the other thing, I don't know if you guys don't know this yet, but I'll tell you. I just found out when I went up in the octagon because I saw him messing around with his foot. He broke his toe 2 weeks ago. And he fought tonight with a broken toe. I thought he broke his toe in the fight. It seems like, he broke his fight 2 weeks ago. He's like, I ain't losing this opportunity for a fucking pinky toe. That's what he said. So props to him for that too. And yes, he's a big star. And
you entertain that way?
Don't lie. Don't any of you fucking guys lie to me. Who thought Matt's going to win tonight? Raise your hand. So, when you think about him moving up to heavyweight, you got Jones, you got Aspinall, the list goes on in that heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is nasty. I don't know if that's the right move for him. He looked damn good tonight. And the division he's in, so I think you might want to stick around there for a minute. But I don't know. These are all things that we'll talk about for the next 15 Tuesdays. You know what I mean? So we'll get it figured out.
Then you posted the finish to Max adjusted on your social media, so obviously that's painful you finished that he was super free. Do you do that just because you're so excited you want to share it, or because you think this can make Max into a massive star just using a set?
I did not post that. I mean that needs to be shared. We posted it. ESPN posted it. We all posted it. You probably all posted it too. If you didn't, fucking post it.
Switching the question. In the co-main event,
nope. This has never happened before.
Want to read them?
June 1st, Newark, New Jersey pay-per-view. Main event. Islam versus Poirier. Co-main event, 5 rounds. Strickland versus Costa. June 29th. Conor versus Chandler. 5 rounds, 170 pounds. Who's got the next question?
I'll take it. Thanks for just dropping that on us. The Conor Chandler fight, obviously a fight that's been in the works for ages. I know you've been working on it for ages. What finally got it across the line? And How exciting is it to finally get Conor back in the octagon?
Well, it's not that we've been working on it for ages. There's all kinds of things that go on behind the scenes. It's all about timing. Chandler's been ready, but Conor hasn't been ready. Conor, we talked about this at one of the press conferences recently. He had a lot of obligations that he had to deal with. What you don't want him doing is accepting a fight when he's got a ton of obligations and he can't train 100% for a fight. So here we are in that.
Obviously, he suffered that traumatic leg injury in his last fight, and he has said that when he comes back, it will be the greatest comeback in sporting history. If he was to come back and win that fight, would it be one of the best comebacks, considering the injury he suffered?
Well, I think when you look at that injury, it's happened in UFC. We just saw Chris Weidman come back. Anderson came back. We've seen it in football. It's probably one of the nastiest injuries you could possibly get. For some reason, you see guys with broken arms all the time and stuff like that happens. It's hard for us as humans to wrap our brain around that bone breaking. It's a nasty injury. And it's a rough recovery, too. It's a really rough recovery. And then you guys saw, this is a football guy that did. Just football fans here, right? Whatever his fucking name is, anyway. If you saw the piece that they did on him trying to recover from that injury, it's pretty nasty.
Alex Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever, it was fucking nasty. Yeah, go ahead.
Here in the back. I want to talk to you about one of the most savage moments I've ever witnessed in my life. That moment where Pereira just moves her being away without even looking at him. He didn't even take his eyes off Jamal Hill. What did you think about that insane moment? And 10 seconds later, knocking him out, of course.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about what he did after he knocked him out. Yeah. So, well, you left the part out. He got hit in the groin. He tried to say, he's like, and then knocks him out. Yeah, I agree with you, sir. That was incredibly gangster.
Congratulations on an absolutely amazing event.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dana White back here?
Yes.
So as a fan, in a fan perspective, what meant most to you? And what did you like most? UFC 100, 200, or 300?
300 stuff at the top, you know what I mean? Obviously hitting 100 was Lorenzo and I in the old days, we used to do 5 shows a year, right? So when you think about, we always knew we wanted to do more events. Never do you think that you're going to end up doing it. Every time we would try to push and do more, everybody would say, you can't do it, that's too many fights. Then the fans and the media start to go, it's too much now. When you're putting on great fights, thethe's never too many fights. As long as you're putting on good quality fights, there's never too many. So Lorenzo and I never dreamed in a million years. We thought we'd be like 90 when we hit UFC 100. So when we did it as quick as we did, obviously that was a milestone for us. But in the history of me doing this type of work, I don't know what tops 300. So mission accomplished.
And from a promoter standpoint, do you ever just take a look back and say, okay, when I first became the president of the company, when I first purchased the company, did you ever fathom that you would get to 300 events? And do you ever give yourself some flowers for what you have accomplished and what you have done for the sport? I mean, every single major promotion felt by the wayside, especially the ones that were later at the time, maybe more high, but do you ever give yourself some flowers, give yourself some that for what you have done for the sport, and just take a look back?
I say this all the time. I have no rear mirrors in life. I just keep looking forward and I'm always thinking about how much bigger it could be and what else we need to do, and I don't ever think about that stuff. Obviously, I'm very happy with what we've accomplished, and me and my team, and I think that every year that we keep beating what we did last year, we keep becoming more successful. Me and my team become closer and stronger every year, and that's a very scary thing.
And one more question for me. Mark Coleman, obviously with the BMF title, he's now a hero in not just wrestling, in the MMA community, but a hero across the world.
He's a superhero.
I love him. So, do you plan on continuing the relationship with him, especially because of what you've done for the sport and part of that generation helped build the sport to what it is today?
Nah, not that he just did what he did. I'm gonna fucking kick him to the curb and never talk to him again. Nah, I'm done with Mark Coleman. Of course I'm gonna have a great relationship with Mark Coleman. He's one of the nicest guys in the world. He's a legend in the sport. He just saved, his parents from a burning building and went back in and tried to get the dog, and could have died. Mark's been through a lot of things in his life. He's battled some demons, and he won, or he's winning, I should say, right now. I don't know if you ever win battling demons, but he's winning, and I think he's got a great relationship with his kids, and he's in a good place, man. So I'm happy for him. It was an honor to honor him tonight.
Dana, just down to your right. Dana?
Yep.
I believe you said after the Paris Up.
This must be a bad question. Oh, I don't know if
All screens are off.
That's probably everybody. Got it? No? It's over? No?
Find out in a second.
1 second?
Yeah.
Get a kid signal. Back.
How about your suit? Damn.
Yeah, I wore a suit.
I know you look great, brother.
You were wearing a suit.
I had to take my fucking suit off. 9 hours I had my suit on tonight. I usually don't show up till the same part. Go ahead. I'll try to hear you.
You said after Paris like bed the other night, you didn't actually have a deal with Conor. So what was the conversation like, I'm guessing today, about the deal?
The mic goes out as soon as I get a power slap fucking question. Come on. Bullshit. Bullshit. What happened? What did he say?
He said last night at the power slap press conference.
Oh, yeah. No, that happened today. Yeah, we got that done today.
And then he said, what was the conversation like today?
It's never hard with Conor. It's never hard with Conor. Conor's, I say it all the time. Conor's been a great partner. He's easy to deal with, and we're back. Yeah, Conor's always been easy to deal with. He's a smart dude, and Conor is a die-hard UFC guy and will be till he retires and beyond.
I believe Ian Gary said him and Colby agreed to fight. Would that be a good fight for that Conor McGregor card?
I don't know. We'll figure that out on many Tuesdays over the next several weeks. That's all the fights that I have for you now, the ones that I just announced.
I'm just wondering if you saw Amanda Nunes's reaction.
I did. I like it. I thought she retired too soon anyway. I like that she's intrigued by this fight. I love it. And I love Amanda. Amanda and I have an incredible relationship, and I think she's the GOAT in all combat sports, female. So if Kayla can get in there and win a title, it would absolutely be fun to see her come back and try to grab it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Kind of going off of that, what did you make of Kayla's performance? And on the flip side, what did you do with Holly?
Yeah, she let me tell you what. So going in against a legend like Holly, right, who got tons of time in the octagon, and I don't care what level Kayla Harrison has competed at, I guarantee you she had some serious jitters tonight. And she came in there, she performed, and she literally put it to an absolute legend in all combat sports. So obviously a big night for her and a big win. And I would love to see Holly retire.
Cyborg also tweeted that she wants the winner of Amanda.
Yeah.
And in the co-main event, did you see Jianan looked like she got choked out at the end of the first round, and then she still got up and
She definitely did. Yeah, I mean, another gangster fight. Those two. The problem for those two is it was the fight that was before it. Those guys both fought a great fight tonight, and she was choked out, but she stood up and she walked back to her corner, and yeah.
What did you make of Jalen's walk-off KO? That
I know, man. He's going to regret that one for the next few weeks. Beautiful shot. Should have jumped on him and finished him. And, I feel sorry for the kid.
And then Diego Lopes wants to fight June 29th against Mozart. And he wants to fight in Spear against someone like Ilya or Brian or something.
I love it. We'll see what happens. Listen, How badass is that kid? How fun and exciting is he? That kid's going to be an absolute superstar. So, listen, when guys say, hey, I want to fight here, there, and everywhere, I love that shit. So I'm looking forward to it.
Dana, any update going back to Canada at all? Canadian fans are wondering.
Not right here off the top of my head. I can't think of any. No. Yes, we will, but no. Not right here, right now, off the top of my head.
Yeah. I know you talked about UFC Hawaii for a long time. You said it's kind of impossible, but I know that you're looking to go to Hawaii for power shot. But with Max already being such a legend, like, do you feel like you have to bring him to Hawaii?
Let me ask you a question. I have, how many employees we have now? 550? You think all 550 of my employees don't want to go to fucking Hawaii and do a fight? Believe me, we do. I want to go to Hawaii. Hawaii has been good to this company, good to this sport for a very long time. Max Holloway is we're talking tonight. The kid went to a whole nother level tonight. He was already a superstar. They don't have the infrastructure for a fight over there. We can't do it.
Even if it's just like a little fight night, a cramped little Apex event, like in Hawaii, like, wouldn't the atmosphere just be off the wall for Max Holloway?
Yeah, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than just going and doing a little. You're not going to go to Hawaii and do an Apex fight night. You know what I mean? No, might as well fucking stay here and let him fly over here. It doesn't make sense. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Bellator has had Hawaii events.
Bellator could put on a fucking fight in the parking lot. Dude, I can't even believe you just said that. PF Bellator could. You know PF Bellator was here on Friday. Did anybody know that? You're the media guys. I didn't know till fucking Friday. They were selling tickets, buy two, get two free. I'm not busting on them. That's a fucking fact. They put out a memo, buy two, get two free. You're having a bad fucking week if those are the memos you're putting out.
Hey, Dana.
There were more people in my fucking green room tonight than there were at the fight.
Finally, Bo Nickel, what do you think of his performance?
Incredible. Looked great. The thing you got to understand about that kid, he's 5-0, fought a guy with 15 fights, and he went out there. He's a fucking 2001 favorite and looked like it. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of pressure on him right now. He's got, all these expectations, and I think that some of the people feel like he's getting, this preferential treatment. No, we believe in the kid. We think that he's going to be a stud. We think he's going to be a star. So he's handling this pressure really, really well. You know what I mean? He's got the type of pressure on him that after he wins against the guy who has 15 fights and he has 5, and he finishes them, he says thumbs down. I said, kid, you got to stop putting that kind of pressure on yourself. You just come out and do what you do. Just keep fucking doing what you do. Keep winning. You look great. Block out all this fucking bullshit and noise. And yes.
Going back to Amanda and Kayla, would you ever consider doing that fight as a BMF type title fight for women?
Well, if they did it, it would be for the belt. It would be for the championship.
But neither of them hold a title right now. So.
Well, they won't fight right now. I think what Amanda was saying, interesting. Let's see how this plays out. If she wins the belt, then maybe I come back. That's what I read from it. I don't think she was saying, hey, let's BMF this. I think she wants to come back and maybe see if she can regain her title. And then it's one of those things, and she's brilliant. She's brilliant for this because she's already looked at as the GOAT, right? And then you have this scary new woman that comes in and she destroys Holly Holm. Can she win the title? Can she get through Pena and Raquel? And if she does, for her to come back again and then possibly win this fight, it's impossible to deny her.
And there was also a moment where Armin, it looked like he was punching somebody in the crowd during his walkout.
Yeah, you might not want to hang over the things and grab people when they're walking out. These guys are all fucking hyped up and whatever, and I'm sure we're probably going to get sued. We'll deal with that on Monday, too.
Thank you.
All right.
Dana right over here.
Hi.
Dana in the back.
Yep, wherever you are. I see you. Yeah, there you go.
Jiri Prochazka with a big pop from the crowd and got back in the win column. Obviously, he's still highly ranked. Can you talk a little bit about what your plans may be for him going forward?
I have no clue. You You know what? I feel bad for those two. That was the fight of the night until the BMF fight happened. That was another. Let's talk about that fight. Thank you, sir. These poor kids, they went out there and fucking went to war, man. I mean, Rackett looked incredible. He was picking them apart. Prohaska comes back and wins the fight. You know, place is going crazy. Unbelievable fight. That was fight of the night until the insanity happened, you know, for the BMF. So, yes, both those guys looked incredible. They both came out and laid it all out. And I'm happy for Prohaska. He's an absolute set. Plus, talk about leg kicks. I mean, his leg was done. He was done. And he pulls out the win in that fight.
Real quick on Zhang Wei Li. Obviously, she's been on a roll for quite a while now. We know there was a China event that got rescheduled. Is there a possibility we could bring her back to China for an event, or do you see her maybe in the U.S.?
I have no idea. We're working on a bunch of other places that we're going to go this year. I don't know if China is on the schedule yet or not. We're still kind of mapping out the end of the year.
Hey, Albert.
Yep.
Now that Conor Chandler's official, was there any talk about showing like a graphic or video in front of the arena with the fans? Or was that too last minute?
Yeah, no. That's all internet bullshit. Internet bullshit.
And obviously, Aljamain Sterling made his featherweight debut today against Calvin Kattar. While the fans didn't find it the most aesthetically pleasing, I want to just get your thoughts on his debut at 145 pounds.
Anytime you move up weight and you win, especially against a tough guy like Calvin, and I thought that, here's what I will say about Aljamain. I thought that he made Calvin look slow, you know? Not a fan favorite on UFC 300, but moving up in weight, taking on a tough, gritty guy like Calvin is always a good win.
Speaking of fan favorites on UFC 300, I know you've been a part of many great fights and moments. Where do you rank those final 10 seconds between Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje amongst the moments you've seen in person?
The whole fight, let alone the 10 seconds. But the last 10 seconds is the type of Arturo Gatti shit that I always talk about that fight fans love. There's a reason that people love Gaethje and Holloway the way that they do, and that's it right there. When you're a fight fan, that's like a dream. Two guys like that squaring off and facing each other. Broken nose, fucking eye pokes, legs all busted up. Guys, way out in head. There's no denying who's, you sit there and go, Holloway won this fight. He says, let's do it. Let's go right in the middle. And they both do it. You'll see a lot of guys that'll go, oh, we're going to go right in the middle. We're going to do this. And then the fight starts. And maybe not. Right? And there's a lot of guys that try to do come on, let's go do this. When you have two savages like those two that go out and just do it, it's just, you couldn't script that. If you saw it in the movie, you'd call bullshit on it.
Last one for me, I see you're wearing the UFC PI Mexico shirt. They just announced the UFC Academy over there with 19 athletes from Mexico and Latin America representing. So how big is that for the next step of continued growth in MMA out there in Mexico and Latin America?
Yeah, it went really well down there. The combine that they did, and basically the team that worked down there in the combine came back and told me, holy shit, wait till you see what's going to happen down here in the next couple of years, which I already knew. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm really looking forward to the future with Mexico. Thank you.
Talking a little bit about that last 10 seconds, Justin and Max. We saw a little bit of that with Jim Miller and Bobby Green, and Jim Miller obviously didn't get it done tonight, but this historic streak of 100, 200, 300, how impressive is his longevity and what he did?
Yeah, great point. And again, two more warriors that went out tonight and just went for it. And yeah, he was on a bad receiving end of that Bobby Green fight. I just saw a picture of him in the hospital right now. His face is not good. Yeah, there's going to be some people that are sore over the next couple of weeks, man. Everybody showed up tonight.
And I talked to Islam Makhachev a few weeks ago, and he was very adamant. He just wanted to fight June 1st. He didn't care who. Did you have the Poirier fight done coming into tonight, or was there a possibility if one of these lightweight fights went smooth and those guys wanted to turn around the day and run on?
There were a couple other options, yeah. We were looking at other people, though.
And I appreciate you dropping PFL for actually.
Yeah, thank you.
David, to your right. The pacing of all the way over to.
Hi.
Hey there. The pacing of the show was a little bit different tonight, and I suspect it's because you had an enormous level of advertisers that were being granted to the broadcast. Can you compare maybe 200 to where you are now, and how different it is.
I just feel the pace was different.
It felt a little bit slower.
Really?
It felt a little bit slower. But if you,
Have you ever been to a boxing event, man?
listen,
It's fucking 45 minutes to an hour between fights. The walk-in is an hour and 15 minutes. The list goes on and on. I thought that the pace of the show tonight was just like any other night. Obviously, we have advertisements and commitments that we have, but we keep a pretty fast pace when we do fights.
but in retrospect, how do you feel about the difference between, let's say, 200 and 300, and how much easier it is to be in the marketplace as UFC, as a combat sports operation, and having those kind of partnerships? I mean, it hasn't been that long ago where you couldn't even go to New York City.
No, you're right. And it took, when I was talking about Power Slap has been around for 14 months. They have more sponsors than UFC did in 7 years. So obviously, the early days of building this company in the sport are a lot different than today. I mean, and that's one of the biggest pieces of growth for the company has been sponsorship. It's massive and continues to grow.
Just one more for me. So we're talking about having UFC in the sphere for Mexican Independence Day weekend. Recently, Matchroom has floated the idea of perhaps bringing Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano as a rematch into the sphere, maybe as early as June. How do you feel about that? And I know that it's been a big deal to be the first combat sports operation to go into the sphere.
I love Eddie Hearn. I consider him a friend. Ain't happening. Sorry, Eddie. Love you, buddy. You can go in the sphere in October.
Dana, down here, you said earlier this week that you think that in the future, eventually, you will be able to top this event because you have a history of topping your biggest events. Do you think, after seeing tonight, that that's going to be possible?
That's a great question, brother. And here we are again. I say this all the time. How do we beat 300? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, but we're going to find out.
You were very generous with the news of 301, 302, and 303. Any update on 304, which is potentially rumored for the UK?
Which is the UK fight? Yeah, no, we have nothing done yet, but I pretty much said already we're going to Manchester. We don't have the deal done, we don't have anything done yet, but we're going to Manchester. And let me just remind you all what it's like to be in Manchester. One of the greatest events that I've ever been to was when we first went into Manchester. That place is awesome. The fans, the crowd, I'm looking very forward to that.
You mentioned, obviously, that time was 2:04, I believe. That was at 3 o'clock in the morning. Will it be at normal time in the UK?
We don't have a deal done yet. I don't know anything yet. Thank you.
Currently, Weili and Yan's fight attract over 30 billion views on social media back in China. From your perspective, 30 billion views among social media. So from your perspective, how big is the fight, impact to the Asian market?
Great question. So where are you from?
From China.
I figured that. Where are you from?
I'm from Mingu, China Mingu.
Okay, got it. So nobody knows better than you how hard it is to trend #1 in China, right? We've been #1 for 2 days trending in China,
Exactly.
which is unbelievable. And yes, this was a massive sporting event in China. This is like the first time we've done well in China. This is the first time we've really broken through in China. And like, I didn't know the 30 billion. So thank you. Yes, it's been incredible. Yeah.
Just for the questions I got, probably not this year, but how soon you want to bring the UFC back to China after?
Yeah, somebody asked me that earlier. I don't know exactly when we're heading back there, but a night like tonight doesn't hurt, and it's all good. I'm excited.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, sir.
Last one right here.
One more, last one.
Right here.
So,
I want to ask you about the in the entertainment environment with the bracelets and everything that went on the wrist and everything like that with lights going along with the show, the atmosphere and stuff like that. What did you make of it?
I made it. What's the question? What did I make of it? I made it.
In terms
That's what we do.
Your expectation versus the reality of it.
It was awesome. So you know what I did during one of the fights? I, people always ask me this question. I watch the monitor. I watch very little of the actual, like, I'll look up every once in a while, and I'm on my phone the whole fucking time. People think I'm like I don't give a shit about the fights. All you care about is the production, the live production in-house, and the television production. So tonight, I left during one of the fights and came back to my green room and watched. We have a big screen back there, and I watched it on TV. And with the lights and all, it was incredible. It looked incredible on TV. Just like I always say about Power Slap and obviously UFC, the production is incredibly important to me. It's the only things that I really focus on a daily basis is finding young up-and-coming talent, making sure we put on the right fights in the right place at the right time, and in-house live television production in-house production and live television production. So that's what I focus on literally every day in the office, and other little bullshit here and there, but that's my main focus. So when we have an event like tonight, and you look at young talent that's on the card tonight, how they performed, how the thing looked in-house and how it felt, the energy and the buzz, and how it looked on television, right? And then you look at the fights that delivered tonight. You couldn't have a bigger fucking home run than tonight. So I hope I answered your question.
You did. And a quick follow-up about Dreykus. You've seen him in the crowd and everything like that. Do you have any plans on where you're going to have him, who he's going to fight, if it's going to be Izzy or the winner of Whitaker, Chimaev, anything like that?
We're working on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Max, you've had a Hall of Fame career with Hall of Fame moments well before tonight, but obviously this is pretty special. But I mean, just as you sit there tonight, where does this moment rank among all the great nights of your career?
For me personally, second, man. Nothing like going out to Rio, fighting the king of Rio, getting an undisputed title against him is amazing. But being here, just shout out to Justin Gaethje, brother. He had everything to lose, He still took this fight. UFC 300, the biggest fight card for the next decade probably, and to go out there to do what we did, we both got paid, so I'm happy for that. And even the fans pushing in for this fight, Justin accepting the fight, getting my floor shorts, crazy championship-like walk. So it was just an amazing night.
Obviously, the end of the first round, that turning sidekick did a lot of damage to him. Then you kept throwing that throughout the night. Was that because of the success you had the first time, or was that something you keyed in on in the game plan coming in?
Justin just like when he stands still, he stay there, But when he throw hard, he stay there. He's there to get hit, And I was blessed enough to land that swing back kick, brother. I think he broke his nose. I could hear Trevor in there being like, "Don't blow it out, don't blow it out." So I was like, "Yeah, his nose is broken," and I just knew fighting 20 minutes like that, is a tough thing. So I think it's being at altitude helped him a lot because, brother, any less of a man does not do what Justin Gaethje does, brother. That guy he's made out of titanium, brother. I don't know what it is. He's a titan.
The moment that'll live in history, of course, the finish, right? I mean, what's going through your head, right? Because you're clearly ahead on the scorecards at that point. I mean, we've seen you engage in the center like that before, but a guy like Justin Gaethje is even more dangerous with guys that you've done in the past. What's going through your head in that moment if you're like...
This is the moment. This is what BMS is known for. The baddest mother effort. First of all, I want to change the name to Best Man Forever. That's what the belt means, and I hold it. Best Man Forever. But if that's not a BMF, I don't know what is. If the cards are split, if Justin was up, if he felt like he was up, I knew he would give me that 10-second shot. So he's a bad man. And I don't know if I ever want to share off card with him again. He's a legend, brother. This is the type of fights, this is the type of stuff you do to etch your name in the history books. And I'm just happy that I was the one landing, He missed some shots. I was getting hurt by the wind of his shots, but that's how hard he is. This guy he's the next level.
I don't know if I've ever seen a guy with more options on the table than you probably have right now. 45 title, 55 title, BMF title. I mean, is there one thing knowing that you can pretty much call your shot at this moment that means more to you than anything else?
Like I said, bro, I did a bunch of interviews with you guys all week, and I told all you guys. So I asked that question when I come here, and we're here now. And I got options, man. It feels great. You know, Dana's happy, Hunter's happy, Sean Shelby's happy. You know, we sit down with the team and figure it out. You know, I started this announced the 55 title, so it looks like he's finally defending against 55, which is, you know, good on him. And like I said, you know, there's an out the door. He's doing everything in his will to try to escape the pool in the pins. You know, I'm here. First things first, rest. I got my beautiful wife. I got my beautiful family out here. All my family with this shit, brother. I got a 30-day no contact from the doctors, so I'm gonna enjoy it.
Last thing for me, Dana shared that, you know, as you walk by, you and Justin were on the phone having a conversation out there. Can you share the details of what you guys talked about?
I owe him in a drink. I told him that we have a drink together. So at the end of the day, that's what it is. So they was keeping me to it. Like, brother, you need to find us and come get this drink because you owe me a shot. So hey, it is what it is. Like I said, Justin is different, brother. Their whole team. They respectful guy. Like I said, he had everything to lose. And he still gave me a shot, you know what I mean? And it happened this way, so I got nothing but love for him, brother. Like me, when the first time I fought in Denver, we had everything set up. Like not many people know, but Justin took care of us. Justin drove us around. He had his whole life and his dog in that car. You know, it was crazy. And to be sitting here at UFC 300, standing in the octagon across him, looking at this dude, like, holy shit, you know, that's amazing.
Max, right here. Do you think anyone is ever going to oblige with you pointing to the center of the cage?
I hope so. I hope so. If you be a man, if you want to be great, that's what great fighters do. Everybody thought I was lying when I said I was a gladiator. You know what I mean? I ain't lying. Any weight, whoever, whatever, anyone can get it. But shout out to you, brother. You know, without having anything to do with you, Mark Coleman was super. I don't know if you saw his reaction. He was super excited to wrap the belt around us. And then even with the ideas of asking the question, you alley-ooped me, brother. You gave me the alley-oop for the bonuses. I'm here. I got 2 bonuses, and you know, thanks for that.
Do you do anything special with that money?
Brother, you gotta ask the boss. The boss lady right there, John Wick looking ass over there. She look like John Wick. She inspired me today. Her fit was like John Wick vibes. So I was like, I gotta go out there and be an assassin.
So a lot of people thought that Justin knocked you down tonight, but the official statistics do not give him a knockdown.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Hey, it was a slip. It was a slip.
Yeah, let's stick with that. Thanks, Max.
Max over here. After the fight, you said I'm him on the microphone. So did you feel like as y'all must have forgot what was there?
Brother. I was coming out. People was telling me what I was doing. Justin's gonna be too big, too strong. Just a lot of stuff, you know. People need to get reminded, and I let them know. I was telling people all week, we're here. I'm here. And you guys need to remind everybody's talking about the haircut is back. I guess this haircut is like going Super Saiyan or something. And you guys are anime fans, so at the end of the day, it was just a huge moment for me, you know. Being blessed enough to be there, being UFC 300, having this event, brother. This event is going to be talked about for ages. You know, I don't know what card is ever going to have 12 or more champions on top of it. You know, so we might have to wait to 400 for that one. And that's always the way.
And obviously, you want that hit to 45, but after how good you look tonight at 155, could you see a world where you call 155 home for the long term?
We see what happens, bro. We see what happens. I'll go sit my team, and we have options, brother. I ain't in a rush. I ain't going nowhere. I'm only 32, brother. A lot of people watched me fight when I was 20 in this sport, and you guys think I'm like 41 or something. You guys think I'm BC age. You know, I'm not. I'm 32. I've been around for a long time. Get used to it.
By any chance to see Ilya's reaction to your knockout?
Yeah, I saw it. People saw it, but I don't know. Like, you know, like everybody's like, oh, you like whatever, but you can't. I don't know the dude. You know, you don't know if he's socially awkward or something. So like maybe that's just what it is. No. Fair play to him. You know, I don't know how animated or whatever he is. So I ain't gonna take to it. This guy's a world champion. He's a killer. But like I said all fight week, brother, it's quite. You know, we got questions. There's a lot of questions about the guy, and I wanna figure that out.
Last one for me. Dana was just in here and said that Hawaii probably doesn't have the necessary infrastructure to host a big UFC event. So is that something you're going to be pushing for until you call it?
No, I'm over that, brother. There is one stadium that I think that they could hold us in, but I don't think I'll be able to fight. It'd have to be like UFC 300 tickets, and I wouldn't feel right paying my people paying that kind of money to watch me fight. So So there can be a UFC white. You know, we got a bunch of other white fighters. We got Dan coming up. Hopefully, he can get the UFC white card for him. You know, so at the end of the day, this is like the ninth island. You know, you guys saw in there. How much Hawaiian flags you guys saw there, right? This is like Hawaii to me. It is the next one. I know they can't get in Spain to next year. And if they're not doing and if they moved on from Alex and they want to go at me, why not Legion Stadium? 66,000 people. This is like UFC Hawaii right here. I feel right at home, so that'd be huge.
Max from front right here. Ilya actually just did an interview with ESPN, and his quote was, "It's clear for me my next fight is against Max Holloway. Congratulations and enjoy tonight. But after fighting me, he will have to go back to the back of the line."
That's cool. I mean, what do we want to say? What if he goes back in line? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we find out. Like I said, we got questions. You know? We're in the fighting game. Ilya can talk, but I have a lot of questions. You know, I like listening. And if that ever gets booked, you guys are going to see a lot of answers. So I'm excited for it.
Max, if you were to go on and beat Ilya and become champion again, it's sort of open the door to another fight with Volkanovski down the road. You always said
100%. I ever get that title back, and Volk's still around, I want to fight him one more time, brother. I'm going to keep knocking on that door until I get my one, you know?
Well, I remember when you lost the third fight to him, you said, I'm just going to be undeniable, I think was your word. Here you are today, essentially, if you get one fight, one win, you can make that happen. Does it feel good to know that, despite everyone saying that you can't really do something, that door's open, you can open it yourself?
Bro, be undeniable, you know? I see a lot of guys fighting certain people being like, I deserve this, I deserve that. I'm like, nah, man, you know, like, I'm not fighting contenders. See, if I wasn't fighting contenders, then I can see why you guys all be like, Max should deserve it. I'm fighting every contender. You know what I mean? Every contender is coming through me. At one point, except for Ilya. You know, he had to jump the line. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? You want to be great in this sport? Fight like the best people. Fight like people who you gotta take chances in this sport to make a name, and I'm just happy that, you know, I took the right chance.
Max, you do like 700 spinning back kicks to Gishi, breaking Bro's nose, obviously, but was that something that you saw in film study, and that's something that you saw that maybe you get with?
For sure, you know, he likes to plant the seed, throw it, and he likes to duck, you know, and all the lessons not to land that first round, brother. That first one, right at the last seconds of the first round, helped a lot. Like I said, he got a broken nose from it, so that was good. That was definitely about the plan. We saw a lot of things. Justin was a little quicker than I thought he would be, but like everybody said, the guy hit hard, brother. It's very hard, so, you know, I'm glad I got to come out of this kind of unscathed. The leg is kind of stiff, but it is what it is.
And, you know, obviously, you say your options. You have Ilya, you have the winner of Islam Poirier, Connor and Chandler just got announced tonight. Is that a fight that you're going to keep your eyes on?
Brother, we got options, brother. Like, Connor likes to consider himself a BMF, right? So we can figure that out. I got history with it. I don't really got history with Islam, but me and Dustin got some history. Fight is to the date. Mountain Top Max fought Dustin, and that didn't go my way. So at the end of the day, we got options, bro. First things first, heal up. I'm going to enjoy this with my family. And you guys can ask me in a couple months what the next step is.
Max, here.
Cheers.
You won your second belt today. Do you think about winning the lightweight title to be the only fighter in history with 3 belts?
I mean, if it's history, let me do it. You gotta ask Dana White. You ask Dana White, then if it's history, it's history. I know right now I hold the history for winning an intro, undisputed, and not a BMF, so why not, you know? I want to be great. I want my face to be edged in the record book, so if that's the next step, that's the next step.
Hey, Max, right over here. They did just announce Islam taking on Poirier, who obviously got history with. How do you see that fight for the lightweight title going in June?
Should be fun, man. I think it's going to be a fun one. I think Dustin is coming to his own again, and should be exciting. What is the over-under on top of Justin dumping a Gilly? Because you guys all should be betting your money, because I can't bet.
Last question right here, gang.
Hey, Max.
UFC
UFC came out last year.
Are you still incorporating them combinations?
No, I haven't been playing too much games. I don't play fighting games. I play shooting games. I play first-person shooters. But yeah, you know, maybe come over to my kick.com/Max Holloway. maybe you guys can harass me to get some to learn some new combinations on there.
Max, I caught up with the great Brian Stan outside. We were talking about you, and he agrees with me, man. I go backwards. You look tremendous. I did a side-by-side piece. Your neck looks bigger, your lats look bigger, your biceps look bigger. Dude, we just saw the results. Why go back to 45?
Because I got unfinished business, brother. I got unfinished business. A lot of people is talking about either like the next big thing, and I want to taste, brother. So we see what happens, though. You never know what happens, brother. And of course it will look big. I'm probably eating, brother. I'm probably eating. Thank you. Hey guys.
She wear it as a badge of honor.
Right there in the front. And then
Front.
all wavy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Susie.
Congratulations on your victory tonight. Obviously, you looked very impressive early, but it ended up being a very difficult test for you. Were you expecting that type of fight tonight?
首先，恭喜你今天取得胜利。今天的这个比赛，其实后来好像看的还是打得挺艰难的，这是不是你所预期到的？
是的，今天的比赛非常艰难。我知道小南现在非常厉害，然后这2年他进步的非常非常多，他的柔术啊，他的这个抓法感觉已经非常强。
Yeah, this is was kind of expected because Sean has improved a lot. Not only does she have good striking, also her improved in grappling, wrestling, and she's really good at finding chance to find back.
而且他对胜利的渴望非常非常强烈，他的那种，我觉得女性的韧性真的是无法想象的。
Yeah, also she's so eager to win. It's just so impressive that female's power can be so incredible.
Watching from the outside, I thought for sure the fight was over at the end of the first round. Did you think the fight was over at the end of the first round? And if so, how difficult is it to change your mindset to get back into the flow of the fight?
从我们旁观者来看，觉得第一局的时候那个裸脚已经是讲晕过去了。那么从你这个第一人称的视角来看，你当时是已经赢了，但是你发现又起来了，你觉得这个是不是挺难接受的一个过程？
对我第一回合晕了，然后那个接触的时候是小南已经晕了，然后，但当时那个铃声响了，我不知道裁判会怎么判，但是第2回合小南很快就缓过来了，他反应太快了，我觉得。
Yeah, because I really thought that she was out, and I did not know when the bell rang. I did not know how the referee was going to handle that. But she bounced back very quickly in the second round.
As far as the rest of the fight, were there any adjustments that you had to make, or was it just, getting in there and having a difficult fight? What did you have to do to get over the hump to win the fight?
那在后面的这个4局里头，你有没有做一些调整，让你自己能够赢下这场比赛？
其实我今天的比赛，我感觉就像做梦一样，感觉大脑一片空白，我已经很久没有这种感觉了。
Yeah, I felt like I was in a dream. I blanked out during the fight. I didn't know what I was doing.
It was a big win for you. They were hearing that it had massive impact in China, massive numbers. What does it mean for you to be a part of the sport and kind of leading the growth of the sport in China?
很显然，这场比赛对中国的 MMA 意义重大。那么，你觉得你作为一个领头羊，那你在这里是个什么样的角色？这场比赛对你来说是什么样的意义？
我觉得，因为在 MMA 在中国发展很晚，我觉得这么快的时间，然后2个中国的女性可以站在 UFC 300的比赛上打中国德比，我觉得是一件非常非常酷的事。我相信以后中国肯定会有越来越多的这种事情。
Yeah, mixed martial arts emerged in China really, really late, but develops really fast. So that's why today we see two Chinese girls competing for the title in UFC 300, which is a historic moment. And I believe in the future we're going to see more and more competition like that. Two Chinese fighters competing for the title shot.
Lastly for me, what is the goal for you now? I'm sure you want to take some time to rest, but is it about more opportunities to compete in China? Is it about building your own legacy or certain names? What are the goals for you moving forward?
那你觉得现在你有点成功了，你下一步的计划或者说你的目标是什么呢？你肯定想要休息，但是你会不会想说，在中国也许会参加这场比赛，或者从此建立我属于我张美丽的，我的一个名号。怎么说呢？也不是名号吧，就是说你是个传奇。
我觉得我的目标是传奇，这也是我追求的。但是我觉得我现在离传奇还非常远，然后我还需要学习更多的东西。
Yeah, I definitely want to build my legacy, but I feel like I'm still some way to become a legend. I still have a lot to learn.
Thank you.
To your far right, rear. You had some fun with Buffer tonight when he was introducing you just before the fight, and you were giving it back to him. Did you plan that tonight, or was it something you did in a moment?
今天布鲁斯的介绍你的时候，他好像有做了一些比较有趣的介绍。那你那个是事先计划好的吗？还是说就是一个当下产生的一个很即兴的？
你说是我吗？
是那个布鲁斯巴夫他对介绍的对那个互动，
那即兴的。
即兴的。Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. It was improvised.
Freestyle.
And just one more for me. In 2019, you were here to fight Tisha Torres on the John Jones, Anthony Smith undercard. And I remember not a lot of people knew who you were, and you were kind of sitting there, and not a lot of media actually spoke to you. Tonight, you were the co-main of UFC 300, one of the biggest cards in the company's history. How do you feel kind of about how you've grown as a martial artist, but also how you've grown in this sport and how people have come to embrace you?
你还记得你2019年的时候比赛，然后你就默默无闻坐在那里，没有多少人认识你，甚至没有接着想问你什么问题。那么现在5年之后，你现在是个联合主赛在UFC 300，你觉得这一路走来对你来说意味着什么？然后你有什么样的感想？
哇，我记得19年的时候，当时我坐在那儿，然后所有人都在接受采访，但是我坐在那儿，没有人问我问题。然后我觉得很尴尬，然后我当时跟我的主教练说，我说我一定好好努力，以后有更多的人来采访我。然后今天你看大家都来采访我了。
I absolutely vividly remember in 2019, I was sitting there awkwardly by myself. No one really paid attention to me. All the other fighters get all the attention, get interviews. And I was talking to myself like, hey, Zhang Weili, you gotta really become a good fighter one day. And one day, everybody wants to talk to you, give you attention, and interview you. And here we are today. So.
Back here. Congratulations on the win. The evolution and getting martial arts to mainstream and the Chinese culture goes hand in hand. I mean, the first breakout star was Bruce Lee. How does it feel to be a part of that conversation? Like now, the sport is completely mainstream with martial arts and mixed martial arts and being an icon of Chinese martial arts and also mixed martial arts as well.
你知道这个综合格斗，就像你说的，在中国是流行起来时间并不长。以前大家很熟悉那个李小龙，对吧？代表了中国的功夫，代表了中国人能够打。那现在你张美丽作为综合格斗的一个符号。一个符号形象的人那你觉得你是起到一个什么样的角色的作用？
其实我觉得综合格斗有的时候我们很多人就是看待结果，但是我觉得这个过程，我觉得是非常值得学习的。就是每一个运动员都非常不容易，他们为了去比赛，打好的比赛，然后去不断的去学习、去努力，流血、流汗，也流泪。然后我觉得是非常不容易。我觉得有的时候很多粉丝，我觉得更多的要学习。MMA 这种精神，然后这种智慧，然后内心强大，我觉得这种智慧。
When we talk about mixed martial arts, when we talk about fights, I feel like we put a lot of focus on the win and loss. But to me, what's more important is the process, the progress, because every athlete puts so much into this sport, into what they're passionate about. The sweat, the blood, the tears, everything has happened in this progress. I hope that we give respect to that.
我在 MMA 这项运动当中学习到非常非常多。
I learned a lot from this mixed martial arts sport.
Excellent, thank you.
Willie over here. Tatiana Suarez, I spoke to her yesterday. She was at another event. She's healthy and back training. Do you believe she'll be your next challenger for the title?
舒亚雷斯昨天有接受他的采访，然后他现在好像状态挺不错的，也挺健康的。那你觉得他有没有可能成为你下一个的挑战者？
我觉得前几名的都有可能，但是我现在想先休息一下。
I absolutely feel all the top 5 and top 10 girls, they can be potential challengers. But for now, I just want to take a break and rest.
Ice cream,
then pizza.
Chad, what did you think? Congratulations. What do you think of the MaxHolloway.com?
不知道你今天有没有注意到 Holloway 他把盖奇给 KO 了，然后你是怎么看待这场比赛的？
哇，我觉得霍洛威他的风格，他的心态特别好，然后他身体特别放松，他像水一样，然后连贯流动，然后感觉，而且他不着急。我需要向他学习。
I feel Max Holloway that he was so fluid, he was so calm that brought out that KO performance. I want to be like him. Because I feel like today I was not really like that fluid. I don't want to be like him one day.
OK， 我还想说，就是特别感谢我的教练团队们，然后庇护路的，还有我的柔术教练，然后他们帮助我非常非常多，我们在一块儿合作也非常愉快，然后也感谢 PI 对我的照顾。
Lastly, not least, I want to say thank you to my coach team. Every coach I've been working with, they've been great with me. We had a great working relationship. Also, thank you, PI, for the support and taking care of me.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, he's coming.
Not since we've been here.
I'll leave her up here.
Did you hold for that?
This kid wants to fall. I know why. Spin this around.
Yes,
Oh, spin the towel.
Last year, I wrestling.
Sean. Alex, congratulations. Obviously a huge win for you. First round finish, UFC 300, but I mean, you've had nothing but big moments in your career so far, Steve. So where does this one rank among your big fights so far?
Parabéns, Alex, pela vitória. Teve um nocaute aí rápido no round do UFC 300. Mas um dos seus grandes nocautes, né? Mas você já teve vários grandes momentos da sua carreira também. Onde você coloca aí no ranking dos seus maiores momentos da sua carreira esse nocaute aí de todos?
Toda luta, todo nocaute, para mim é especial. Bom, essa luta aqui, me perguntaram na semana qual que seria a luta especial. Eu sempre falo que é a próxima. Claro que tem muitas memórias, muitos momentos que, me deixou muito feliz. Mas esse momento de hoje eu estou curtindo muito, né? Isso aconteceu agora, então eu tenho que curtir um pouco e, para mim esse é o melhor momento.
Well, my moments are special. They are special, but I always say that best moment seems to be the next moment. And this was a very special night for me. Still seeing everything in. I want to enjoy this a little bit more, and then we'll enjoy the next one.
We find out now there were some challenges, an injury coming in, a broken toe. I guess, how did that happen, and how much did that affect your preparation and your performance?
Cara, sabendo já que você veio para cá já com o dedo quebrado, como é que é a sua preparação para a luta?
Bom, foi difícil. 2 semanas aí antes da luta, né? A gente sabe aí que a gente já fez todo um trabalho, né? Mas você tem que segurar a onda ali para não afetar sua mente, né? Tudo o trabalho que eu já feito já. Quando eu quebrei o dedo, naquele momento eu já tinha que estar diminuindo os treinos. Ali seria o último treino forte, quando aconteceu. Mas, eu tomei cuidado para isso não afetar minha mente e deu tudo certo. E aqui fazendo um bom trabalho.
Well, that happened the last couple of weeks, and Austin never had to pull out the fight. I had to push through. It actually happened on the moment on my team that I had to be slowing down my training, so I had to just push through.
Right before the knockout tonight, you took a growing strike. You just kind of pushed Turkey away. What was going on in your mind at that point that you didn't take a second reset? Did you know that you were about to, potentially land a knockout, or what was going through your mind at that point?
Logo antes do nocaute, você tomou um golpe baixo. O Everton veio, mas você colocou a mão nele para ele não parar e você foi para dentro e nocauteou. Você sentiu ali que o nocaute estava próximo?
Bom, ali eu estava achando a distância, chutando as pernas, chutando a perna da frente, já um canhoto. Dificulta um pouco, né? Todo mundo sabe, para mim lutar com o destro é melhor, mas eu estava me achando ali, vocês estavam vendo, eu errei alguns chutes ali, mas achando a distância, machucando ele ali, para acertar ele de mão. E foi o que aconteceu. Quando estava encurralando ele acertou aquele golpe, mas foi um golpe suportável e eu achei melhor eu continuar para não sair da estratégia e para não dar tempo de ele pensar.
No, definitely, because I was starting to find my distance. I started using leg kicks from the beginning so I could find his distance. He's a southpaw, so it's a little harder. My game plan was to start throwing hands after that. So then he threw the groin shot, but it did not really hurt me too much. So I chose to just keep pushing so I do not have to reset the distance second time.
And then you had the knockout, and there was the mean celebration there. That felt a little bit emotional, maybe a little bit personal. What was the genesis behind the meaning there?
Você fez um nocaute e fez aquela linha no final. Fica um negócio meio emocional, meio. O que ele fez com você, né? Se você levou o coração. Você acha que foi algo assim que. O que você pensou?
Ali foi algo pensado, eu falei com a minha equipe, eu falei, pô, se acontecesse um nocaute, lógico que eu estava em mente ali para os 5 rounds, mas se acontecesse um nocaute ali, eu iria fazer isso, né? Porque ele falou que me respeitava no dia, no outro dia ele falou com respeito, e todo mundo sabe a minha postura ali em cima do octógono. Eu sempre respeito o meu adversário, porque eu sei que o quanto é difícil estar ali em cima e fazer aquele trabalho, mas ele me respeitou e foi o mínimo que eu podia fazer.
Well, like I spoke to my team before, that I went to fight wrong, but and all what had happened that one, what I was going to do, he behaved not too good. He started respectful during the week, and then he did what he did during the press conference and the weigh. So that honestly, the least that I could do was just that.
Last thing I just want to ask you, mentioned, potentially heavyweight, potentially fighting in Brazil. You're a huge superstar now. How will you make decisions moving forward? Is it about records, legacy, money? How will you decide what you do?
Bom, como ele está no Brasil, né? E agora você é um superstar, né? Já ganhou o cinturão. O que te motiva a subir e continuar lutando agora assim para frente ao dinheiro, defesa do cinturão? O que você tem em mente para isso?
Bom, acho que tudo, né, cara? Eu gosto de fazer isso, mas estou ganhando meu dinheiro, né? Isso faz parte do meu trabalho, é muito sacrifício, né? Todo mundo gosta, né? Mas quando chega nessa situação, né, nesse status, é claro que a gente precisa do dinheiro, a gente tem que manter, né? Pô, uma vida de campeão, dar uma vida melhor para minha família, e é isso que eu tô procurando. Mas, claro que eu quero lutar, falei de lutar no Brasil, e isso não está no meu controle, mas eu já deixo aqui, né, exposto o que eu quero e vamos ver o que acontece.
Well, definitely, but every day, not only money, but also much money motivates. I think we need to be the better part. At least for my family, I think, you know what I mean, doing better for them. So money is of course part of the game, but legacy too. And I spoke about fighting Brazil, yeah, but it's not up to me, it's up to the organization, whatever they want to do.
Alex in front, right here. After your win, it looked like you got your black belt from Glover. I guess, were you surprised by that, and what do you think of getting your black belt?
Depois da sua vitória, você deu uma faixa preta do Globo, você estava surpreso da faixa preta?
Bom, um pouco surpreso, né? Mas quando ele colocou ali, junto com o Plínio, na minha cintura, eu vi o quanto que eu mereço isso, né? Todo o esforço que eu venho fazendo, a minha dedicação, treinando com muita faixa preta e tendo um grande resultado ali dos treinos, eu acho que eu mereço isso.
Well, that was surprising. When we gave me, you know, I've been trying really hard, and like the way that he promoted the year, and the way that I see me doing, the way that I do my training with all the black belts and high level guys, so I think something that I heard.
E os que duvidam, rede social tá aí para falar quem quer fazer do rap, né, jiu-jitsu, pô, tá aí.
And the ones that doubt, and for the haters, social media is there, man. Invitation of rapping, I won't. Chama.
And in terms of your combat career, where does getting your black belt rank in terms of all the belts you want?
Todos os cinturões que você ganhou, você coloca só faixa preta.
Entendi.
De todos os seus cinturões que você ganhou, qual a importância da sua faixa preta?
Acho que tudo é importante, né? Pô, desde o meu cinturão que eu ganhei no Brasil, né, até agora, tudo tem uma importância. Assim como ganhei, né, um cinturão, claro, que é menor do que o UFC ou de outros eventos, meu primeiro cinturão. Se eu não tivesse ganho isso, né, eu teria construído uma história para chegar aqui e estar fazendo o que eu estou fazendo.
No, every belt for me that I got in my career is important. Even my first belt that I got, each one helped me to conquer and to build this career. So maybe without all the belts, I will not be here where I am.
Did you get a black belt tattoo?
Talvez.
Maybe.
Alex, over here. Right. Tom Aspinall just posted a photo a few minutes ago, been looking at you from the crowd, kind of in the background there. I'm just curious what you think. There's no caption or anything. What do you think he's trying to say by posting this?
O Aspinall postou essa foto alguns momentos atrás, sem legenda, sem nada, só postou aquilo ali. O que você acha que quis dizer aquilo ali?
Não dá pra saber não, só ele pode responder isso.
I don't know, man, only he can respond to that.
Do you think, are you interested in the fight with him? I know you mentioned heavyweight.
Você mencionou que esse pedaço aí interessado em lutar por ele?
Bom, disposto a andar no peso pesado. Eu não vou dar nomes aqui, porque eu não sei, eu não tenho esse poder, mas se eu falo, eu estou dentro da organização, se eu falo que eu quero fazer um peso pesado, quem achar que é melhor, eu vou lutar.
No, I said I want to fight a heavyweight. I'm not going to pick names right here. So then I want to fight a heavyweight, so whoever they choose.
Alex over here. In the back. Alex, congratulations on your victory. Congratulations. Obviously the night was very exciting. I'm wondering,
as the last ones to walk out, what was it like for you waiting for the fight to happen and seeing everyone else go first?
We just lost power.
Uma noite foi só foi a sensação que você teve esperando a cidade, assistindo todo mundo, inclusive qual foi a sensação que você teve? Assim, estou acostumado com isso, né? Tá ali naquele momento, para ele fora,
So I got this one, and this one. Getting ready to get in here. I can't do 4 of them. If I close space, I could. It's got 3 of these. And then I guess 2.
Well, I trained really hard to manage to fight a premium fight, a main event fight. I got there today, but I'm always very focused on my own fight. I was able to see some moments, but for people regarding where I fight the card, I'm focused on my fight.
This is the first one.
I'm sorry to ask, would you be able to repeat that, sir? Sorry about it.
Everything. You say that regardless where they put him in the card, he's there ready to fight. So he's focused on his own fight. Sometimes he fought prelims, sometimes he fought regular fights, sometimes he fight main event. Tonight he was in main event. See everybody go through, but he's so focused on his fight, he was able to capitalize some moments, watch some moments from other fighters, but he's very laser focused on himself on that fight.
Thank you.
Portanto, Almir Silva, canal mais eliminar. A estratégia era essa, definir no primeiro round. E comenta o golpe ali pra gente, você parece preparar a mão de trás, mas pega ele lá na frente ali. Comenta um pouquinho esse momento.
Bottom was his trying to finish the first round. Looked like you faked it, what's going with right hand and caught him with the left. Talk about the moment with us.
Bom, eu venho fazendo um trabalho muito bom com os meus chutes e todo mundo levou atenção ali para os meus chutes. Eu sabia que ele estava esperto com isso, para tentar me contragolpear ou pegar junto ali na hora do chute. Então eu estava tentando chutar ele com uma distância um pouco mais longe, né? Como vocês viram que eu estava errando os meus chutes na perna da frente dele. Mas eu sabia que ele chegar nesse momento, foi onde que eu estava encurralando ele ali, né? Acertou aquele golpe baixo, né? E, bom, eu vi que o caminho era dele e foi o que aconteceu.
Well, everybody's aware this from an acting, but I think that when I go with that before back and forth. I was able to set him up with still in a longer range, so I was able to set myself up. You guys saw that I missed some kicks, but I knew that I was going to get to that moment. Referee tried to stop the fight, but I was very close to that with the hands.
Mais uma coisinha, você falou que quer lutar nos pesados, o UFC Rio saiu ileso, não gosta de falar nomes, mas já há uma negociação dos bastidores em caso de vitória, a equipe, o empresário falando com a organização.
You say that you want to compete a heavyweight. I know you say that you want to throw names, but is there any conversations about a name of the organization? Somebody, a manager talking, somebody's talking about?
Não, 100% ideia minha, né? É um desejo que eu tenho. Eu acho que tenho altura para isso, tenho força para isso. O peso talvez agora não, mas vem ganhando peso muito rápido, sem fazer um trabalho de força, mas se eu fizer um trabalho de força, eu com certeza eu chego bem. E é isso.
No, this fully my idea, no talk to the organization or nothing. I believe that I have the power and I have the height of a heavyweight. Maybe I don't have the weight yet, but I've been just training for a light heavyweight fight. If I focus on a heavyweight, make a nice preparation, I know that I can get there.
Portanto, no UFC 295, eu perguntei para você sobre lutar no Brasil e no peso pesado, e você respondeu que ainda não era o momento. O que te faz sentir pronto agora?
No UFC 295, I asked you about fighting in Brazil, and fighting at heavyweight, you said you were not ready for that yet. What makes you ready right now?
Eu acho que a experiência, né? Eu venho treinando muito, você falou, né? Então já tem um tempo, né? E, pô, eu sou um cara que evolui muito e evolui muito rápido. Então, acho que, pô, eu vejo que é a hora e posso fazer isso.
I think experience and everything, but I think I'm not glad that go fast. I think I'm going fast, but this is not good.
No meio pesado, você acha que o outro Kalaev é o próximo da fila? E se for, como que você acha que vai dar um buraco com ele? É um especialista nisso, vai pagar uma faixa preta? Como é que você acha que seria enfrentar ele?
Defender that I have made Kalaev goes to the next line. How do you think we do with a guy that had that level of practice, especially now that you want to back?
Agora, pô, muito cedo para falar, acabei de sair dessa estrutura de cinturão, né? A minha defesa, né? Mas, pô, eu ia treinar, né, para ele da maneira correta, né? E, pô, vocês dizem aí, né? Se eu recebi a faixa preta, não foi para me agradar. Pô, o Bruno é um cara assim, pô, muito responsável, muito experiente, ele sabe o que está fazendo, eu já sabendo que eu sou campeão, que pô, ele vem para me agradar, o quanto eu mereço e eles fizeram isso para mim.
Well, I think that is going to about balance as well. Like I said, that's why I know the guys know that I'm this every day.
Parabéns, você é um orgulho do brasileiro. Queria te perguntar, sobre a tua trajetória. A gente sabe que existe uma particularidade que você fez, que a gente não termina hoje, né? São feitos até inacreditáveis. Você saiu dos anos médios pesados e agora falando de mais pesados. Essa busca pelo desafio é algo também que te engrandece como atleta, como lutador, se desafiar.
Congratulations on that achievement. I have multiple achievements for the career. You keep doing so much.
Eu perguntei essa busca pelo desafio e engrandece como lutador.
The search for that challenge is what makes a great fighter.
Com certeza, tem que ter desafio, né? A gente está treinando, sabe, vai estar dentro, é um desafio e por tudo que vem acontecendo, estou motivo, né? Mais motivo para me treinar, evoluir, para fazer o melhor. Foi isso que vem me motivando.
The search for the challenge is some motivation. We always been a big challenger. Inside the cage, what is some motivation.
E uma das coisas que você já falou aqui que te levou onde você está hoje são as pessoas que estão à sua volta. Se não existisse isso, o mundo é algo mais divertido, a galera fala mais. Então, são várias pessoas que te colocam os pés no chão, te colocam em qualquer lugar. Mas, se não existisse essas pessoas, você acha que seria do Platão hoje?
Well, you also named that your success also comes with the people that have around you. Growth is the way that you are expressing that you know the other ones around that you are grounded. What do you think will be what all those things?
Não, com certeza, né? Sozinho a gente não vai para lugar nenhum. A gente pode chegar ali até certo ponto, mas talvez não pode. A gente não consiga ir adiante, mas acho que foi tudo certo. Desde os empresários, quando eu conheci o Ed Joinha, as coisas já começaram a mudar. Eles são pessoas muito responsáveis, inteligentes e direcionou muitas coisas. Assim direcionou, né, o encontro, né, para ir treinar com o Globo. Então as coisas vêm dando muito certo. Desde 2016, 2017, a gente ficou junto, teve glória. Então, assim, eu tenho uma palavra, né, de confiança, né, ao mesmo tempo. A gente está feliz também, está trabalhando ao mesmo tempo. São pessoas que estão escolhendo, pessoas boas. Então as coisas vêm dando certo.
Well, you want to get so far out yourself. You can start out with the people around, starting my mentor, and the moment that I showed them, we start changing, they know that we want to go over, and then we can start changing from there. I do believe since 2015, 2016, you know, I started for a long time too, also leading me for a while, so that's the secret to my success.
Alex. Okay, we have time for 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Before on to the slide, at any point did you consider the slide imaging the loss ahead of time? At any point before or after the fight, possibly thinking about that loss back, that loss on the month?
Algum ponto just pessoal para você para brincar o jogo?
Não, agora pessoal, todo mundo me perguntava isso e eu sou um cara muito centrado ali, eu tenho minha estratégia. como a gente leva muito as coisas pro coração, às vezes a gente acaba fazendo besteira, sai da estratégia. E, pô, eu enfrentei o João como um adversário que muito que tratava do jogo, um amigo meu, e pô, tudo certo. Eu penso dessa forma e continuo pensando dessa forma que as coisas deram certo.
So I came here focused to fight him, no revenge, no nothing in my head. I believe that when we take this so much to the heart, that's fully up. So I'll be here just like my Jamal and never all over the floor.
Congratulations. Alex, sound your interview, right? Did you have an opportunity to fight between Yuri and Alexander?
Não, não assisti, vi alguns lances ali, pô, assisti desde quando eu cheguei aqui, foi 6 horas da noite e, pô, eu vi alguns lances, mas eu tava muito focado na minha luta, pô, me aquecendo ali e, pô, tava focado, então eu vi lances só, não vi nada.
Yuri seems to think that he's done enough to earn enough. Do you think that that's the case, or do you think you have to get one more?
Você acha que ele fez o suficiente ou que ele tem que estar mais um?
Bom, não depende de mim, né? Se a organização quiser colocar o próximo, pra mim não importa. Né? Eu só acho que é um pouco meio sem sentido, né? A gente tá lutando com muitas pessoas aí pra estar lutando comigo. Acho que se colocar pro público, para as pessoas que gostam de lutar, eu acho que não vou fazer essa luta. Eu vejo pessoas falando dos atletas, pô, esse é o trabalho, esse é a disputar. É que as pessoas querem ver, entendeu? Muitas pessoas são fãs e, pô, vai escolher o cara mais fácil, que o Alex ganhar. Pô, eu não quero ganhar na fã, eu tô aqui fazendo um trabalho, eles acham que, pô, eu tenho que fazer essa luta e eu tenho que provar que eu sou melhor pra eles.
Well, it doesn't to organization, doesn't make much sense. I want to fight these guys, I want to fight the guys that beat up on you. They kind of say, these guys are fought out of the race. They're trying to hold a game and get in trouble. This one for me is something that I fight guys that I'm more than I try to break challenge. Whoever defense keep guys a good challenge for me, I'll fight. Alex, Drake the rapper won $1.8 million. Hit him up. How you spent that money? Drake $200. Aposto eles vão ter feito da lembrancinha.
Não, se ele perde, eu vou dar pra ele. Então, acho que, pô, se ele apostou, pô, parabéns, ganhou, pô, fico feliz.
If you lose, I'm not going to go for it. So if you win, props, thank you very much.
Chama.
Still 2 more. We don't have any place to go. No, for sure. No problem. Just like that.
Hey guys, also just for me back here, if you guys wish Emily on your guys' right wearing olive green a happy birthday on your way out, that would be great. She's celebrating her happy birthday. Come on, can you believe it?
Where's the announcement for Ramondi?
Still have Bo Nickel coming up, Nick Allen. And, well, 2 more interviews coming up. Should be pretty quick. Let's see if I can move this camera.
Hello. You see Mark Raymundi's final MMA show.
On the podium.
I'm tired. Come on, you really didn't get to speak. You crazy? I got podium. I don't know. Thank you for friendship and camaraderie over the years. That's it. This is pretty crazy night. It's great night. And I don't know your surprise leaving. It was a really great night. And I was happy to see you. Jesus. It's taking video. Where's it's crazy. Just freaking bullshit for social media. Now you got me going. Better not. Alright, let's go push your luck. That's right.
It's possible, as far as I know, there's two more interviews. I'll turn this camera off. Everybody's hovering around my camera. And that thing. They downloaded that. No. It might be because I got a couple of things going on. It's kind of. Listen.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, they were making
Yeah. All right, so thanks for hanging in. I guess Bo and a couple other people came in during the main card. And, I didn't know that, so over and out, man. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Good night. Hey, UFC 300. It delivered. It was great. Knockout Radio out.